Welcome back, guys. I'm Greg Fox, owner of Fox Granite Countertops. This week you guys overwhelmingly were asking about backsplashes. Very, very tricky topic. I'll cover the top questions that y'all asked. Hopefully it'll help you out. First question is, why am I using a backsplash to begin with? Very easy. Backsplash do two things. They cover gaps in your walls. When we install the granite countertops, they're cut straight, but your walls are not straight. So there'll be a gap between the end of the countertop and the wall. The size of the gap depends on how straight the walls are. So the backsplash is there to drop down, hitting your wall on top of the granite, and covers that gap so you don't see those unsightly gaps. The second main objective of the backsplash is to protect against water. We don't want water getting to the wall, we don't want mold, especially behind the sink. So we put a backsplash there to block water. And also it's visual, it's aesthetic, it's beautiful. That's the third objective. That is the main reason why you have backsplashes. Now, another question you'll ask about backsplashes were, how can a backsplash add value to my home? I'm of the opinion that a backsplash gives your kitchen that finished product. When you do a granite countertop with just a 4-inch backsplash, which I like too, there's nothing wrong with it, you'll have 4 inches, then you'll have about 12 inches above it of sheetrock, your painted wall. And then you have the bottom of the cabinet, the upper cabinets. To me, that's not a complete finished look. And even though it looks good, I do like tile backsplashes because the tile will come from the top of the granite to the bottom of the cabinet to have a complete look with no painted wall. So it's one complete thing covering that area. So now it's this tailored, finished product, complete look, which to me truly helps transform your kitchen and takes it to another level. Because at the end of the day, when you spend money, you want your kitchen to look different. Another great question that y'all had out there were, what should I choose for my backsplash? What are the most common backsplashes, and how should I choose my backsplash? That is a great question. Backsplashes are very much subjective. There's no right or wrong answer, but there are a couple kind of common, I'd say, structures that you want to follow when choosing. And one of the structures is that you want to usually have a contrasting color in the backsplash than your countertops. It doesn't need to be black and white contrasting. It just needs to be different shades to where the backsplash will separate from the countertop, and it'll be different. If it's too close in color tone, it'll blend and the countertop will roll all the way to the backsplash with no separation. So I suggest always having contrast, at least 2 or 3 shades of difference between the color tones. Between choosing backsplashes, the line in the sand is usually between natural stone, which we call travertine, and porcelain tile or glass. Porcelain tile and glass are easy to maintain. It's almost impossible to stain them. The only thing you have to worry about is the grout. So they're really, really good with maintenance. Natural stone travertine is very porous, very soft, and sucks in whatever it touches. That's something that people love. It's definitely worth doing, but you have to seal it every 6 months to a year. Now, we already went over the sealer process about granite. Pretty much the same process with backsplashes. Spray it on, wipe it off. It's very easy, so don't be afraid of it. But I do want you to know the truth ahead of time so you can make the best decision for you guys. If you don't want maintenance, stay away from natural stone. If you don't mind a little bit of maintenance, natural stone is the overwhelming majority of pairing with granite countertops. Natural stone backsplash pairs up with natural stone countertops. There are 3 main travertines that people like. One is a light, a medium, and a dark. Again, talking about contrasting, if you go with a lighter countertop, you might want to go with a medium granite. If you go with a darker countertop, you might go with a lighter granite. That's up to you, and I definitely help assist my customers in choosing their backsplashes. We have tons of pictures for you guys to look at to help you choose. The next question is, if I want to keep my existing backsplash and I love it, how do you install your countertops if I want to keep it? That question is a little bit tricky because it's not an easy answer. Whenever you're taking off your old countertops, the thickness of that countertop is different than the granite. So first, we have to be able to slide the new countertop underneath your existing backsplash to where it actually fits. That's first and foremost, we want to keep it. Second, if that gap is big, meaning from the top of the granite to the bottom of the backsplash, because your existing countertops are much thicker than the granite, then we're going to have to close that gap by shimming up the granite to close that gap to be manageable. It can be done, and we do it about 6 to 10 times a month. So have no fear, we can assist you with that. As long as we can manage the gaps like we talked about, then we can do this. And the next thing you want to consider when deciding this is, will the granite match up with it very nicely? There's no point of saving money or saving this backsplash if it doesn't look good with the new granite. That's counterproductive. So as long as it fits, it looks good, and we have the gap under control, we can successfully do it. Now, having said that, when we come install, we have to successfully remove your current countertop and pull it out without damaging the tile backsplash. There are no guarantees. We cannot guarantee that. I will not know if it's going to break a couple of pieces of tile when I pull out the countertop until we're out there doing it. And it's always good to have a couple of extra pieces lying around in case we chip a couple and we have to pop them out and replace them. So that's not guaranteed, although 80% of the time we successfully move the existing countertops without damaging the existing tile backsplash. The last thing you want to do, and this is getting really technical, but I know you guys want the answers, so I'm giving to them, is you want to get a grout caulk for that gap where the granite hits the backsplash. You want to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a grout caulk that matches your grout color as close as possible. Because if we use our caulk, it comes in white or clear, and that's going to look really, really funky. The goal of keeping that existing backsplash is for nobody to know that it ever was installed before the granite. You want everything to feel like it was done at the same time. So to do that, we need you to find a matching grout caulk for that bottom gap that we're going to caulk so it looks the same as the rest of the grout in between the top. And that should cover it pretty good. If we do all those steps, we'll give you a successful project that keeps your existing tile backsplash. Guys, I think we answered all your questions. If you have any more, please do not hesitate, if you've been doing for the last couple of weeks, and email us about more questions about tile backsplashes. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.